How do you decompress?
I was just doing my hair before we got on live and I was in there watching Friends. Like, it's just like my hangout spot. I'm hooked on Friends. Most people who know me know that. And that's all I need. Yeah. So I just go to sleep to Friends. So
There's another plug. I think you work for them.
I should. Okay.
Must have done their set design. Because...
Oh my gosh. I'm trying to figure out how I didn't know about how I didn't get the invite to the reunion. That's what I want to know. Like, why did they announce that?
Hello and welcome to Ajuma Squad. Today we have Christina from 28th Design. She'll be providing us some motivation and ways to keep our house stress-free and somewhat manageable.
The more I see your 28th Design stuff, the more I can see that aesthetic coming out in your designs.
Yeah, like my brand, my aesthetic, my clothes, like everything is like the vibe, and that's what I'm constantly giving it. It makes me happy. So it's keeping me going right now. I'll say that.
How is it juggling, your passion project and doing your day job and taking care of your baby and keeping a family together? Like, how is that for you?
No, I don't know. I just feel like once I had my daughter, it was really like answering like that big question of like, okay, so what now? I'm going to want her to do what's passionate, because I think I don't know about like your parents, but when we're younger, it's like, no, passion doesn't make you money, right? Like, you go to school, like people with education make money. Like, don't think you're going to be like just doing nails and like stuff like make no money off of that.
Stop dreaming.
I'm a heavy dreamer.
Yeah.
And so, really what like hardcore drives me right now is becoming just that, like doing what I love.
Yeah.
And also turning profit. And you should absolutely get anything that you want in life, because you have one life to live. And so that is my goal, is getting what's in my mind into fruition. And that's what's driving me. And I've been in a happier place as far as like finally like bringing what I want out to the world, It's
really nice that you got that full support from your husband.
Yeah. I've known him forever, and he's just like hella cool. So
I love that.
It's funny because I was doing like the wedding planning thing, and one day my husband goes like, why don't you just like do what you're always like looking at, right? So he's like, you want to do like wedding planning, but I always catch you like looking at the magazines with the houses and watching like all the HGTV and like looking at all like the Instagram homes. He's just like, you need to do what like you absorb. And I was like, you're right. He knows me. He knows, it's a little risky sometimes, because he never knows. Sometimes he don't know what my next move is going to be. He's looking at me like, okay, Christina, like we got to keep this job, for a little bit longer. I'm like, but it does help that he's supportive, and he gets the personality that I have. Like,
we came up with the idea that it would be great to get some pointers and tips about decluttering or organizing the mess that happens, and then also how to make our home feel good.
I do think that we underestimate organization, and how there's literal like science, how clutter can really clutter your mind. It really affects like your how do you say it, your productivity. But I could start with a good tip, and that would be I would say I have like a storage ottoman, and that houses the toys. So it's like stylish, but it hides that clutter.
Going back to your pro tips, I have a question.
Okay.
About my room. What are some things that you can bring into your space, whether it be your bedroom or even your living room? But what are some things that can make it all kind of come together? What is those few key items that can make that happen?
Everybody has like a favorite thing. You know what I mean? Something that they like. that's been around for a while. And that is what makes your space, your personality, like things that you like. You have to make sure those things are in there. I would say what makes a space comfortable would be the texture of it. Would be the textures.
So like fabrics.
Yeah, so that would be like your curtains, your rugs, your throw pillows, your blankets, the textures of the sofa, you know, all those things are what really bring a space together.
How do you time manage, like manage your time to, you know, get off the day job and then hop in and put on that interior design hat?
In my notebook, I had like sticky notes. Like I did like a whole like sticky note thing, and I where I like picked out my top goals for the year, what I wanted to accomplish. Yeah. And so every now and again, I make sure I reference back to that, because like you have to see it in your mind to like keep it on your brain. Mm-hmm. So it's really like that. I would say like Charlie wakes up around like 8 a.m. So it's really like that 5 to 8 is like that time that I can get like my thinking and my planning done.
Either you have to love it or you just can't do it at all.
Yeah. I think that, and I'm learning too a lot about just like what patience is teaching me and how far it's getting me. And then also once you like make the sacrifice and you see the results, then that makes you want to continue on that path too. So it's just like, you got to get through that like turmoil or that uncomfortable feeling for a while, or even the feeling of like, dang, I keep trying and it's not working, because it will, you know, consistency, it will definitely work.
It's like, thank you so much for taking your time to do this today.
I'm excited. I love networking with women, especially like working women, working moms. Like, people, you know, underestimate like how much work it is. And then especially like when we're, you know, trying to do our own thing, and like being a mom is like a job within itself, and finding time for yourself, like it's really important. And so like kudos to all the moms out there.
What was the startup like?
There weren't a lot of people teaching me like the ropes of business and entrepreneur, like none of that. Mm-hmm. So I want to make sure that I'm that for my daughter, and I'm that for other Black girls like me.
Mm-hmm. I love it.
Yeah.
Love it.